K-PopZ is back. Ooh, don't forget we got a day off tomorrow and the next day, everybody. As it is New Year's, we're going to have a good time with friends and family and such. So we hope y'all do too. Happy New Year to everybody. We're going to come back strong. We're going to have a great, great New Year next year. But right now, we got the last of the AESPA Deep Dive with thebenatmos. We got Karina, the boss lady herself. I say that. Anyway, looking forward to it. See what Karina's all about. We know she's fantastic. We all know that. And we're looking forward to seeing what she got on this one. Appreciate y'all being with us. If you're new with us, welcome to the channel. We are glad to have you. Please don't forget to subscribe and like the video. We appreciate that very much. Don't forget to hit the bell too. We drop stuff 5 days a week over here. So, and then we've got the other channels down in the description. Patreon, all that. That's a great way to help us too. And if you want to see all the regular music videos from AESPA, they are over on the Pops Reacts channel. All right? Link is in the description. And we'll leave all of the original video link down there. And we'll leave AESPA's playlist right up here for everybody. Right up over here when it's all said and done. All right? Thank y'all. Hey, let's see what Karina's about. Let's go.
Hey everyone, it's thebenatmos. And who is Karina? The real Karina. The one we don't know. Okay, I'm just kidding. Sort of. Surfing through profiles about idols, I noticed that very few of them show the idols intimately. Their story, their worldview, and who they are as people, well, that's just not talked about very often. Which is a shame because idols are some of the most amazing, smart, and hardworking people out there. They've done a lot to get to where they are. Someone like that has...
Very true. He's got a great point there. They are some of the hardest working people I've ever seen in my life, you know? They're the kind of people you'd love to have on the job with you because you know everything would get done. You know what I mean?
A few lessons to teach us. So I wanted to start making profiles that highlight idols by giving people a quick idea of who they are on a deeper level. And we're going to start with a star leader in the 4th generation, Karina. And Karina is an interesting case among interesting cases. She debuted in AESPA during the height of COVID-19 and had to act as a leader of a group with a radically different concept. And might I say, she did so exceedingly well. An idol like that isn't someone you see every day. Now, let's take a step back in time. Karina, or Yoo Jimin, was born on April 11th, 2000 in Suwon, South Korea, but lived in the Bundang district of Songnam for a long time afterwards. Growing up Catholic, she was given the baptismal name Katarina, where her stage name comes from. You can still see her wear her Catholic rosary ring on important days. As a child, her parents worked often, meaning her and her older sister were raised primarily by their grandmother. She credits this as one of the reasons why she's matured so quickly, and maybe why the other members call her an 아저씨.
일단 언니는 차갑고 약간 그런 도도한 이미지잖아. 근데 얘기하면 진짜 아저씨 같은.
Kind of like an old man.
너무 많이 들었어.
That's funny. Kind of like an old man. That's hilarious, actually. No, when when your parents work a lot and what have you, I mean, that's the way a lot of us Gen Xers were. Our parents worked, so we were, a lot of us were raised by the neighborhood and ourselves. Not completely, don't get me wrong. It ain't like our parents abandoned us, but they worked all the time. So, a lot of us got our work ethic because of that. And we worked all the time as adults. So, yeah, it's just one of them things,
But it was at this young age Karina already discovered her calling.
초등학생이 돼서 내가 TV를 되게 좋아했거든. TV를 이렇게 보다가 소녀시대 선배님들이 하시는 무대를 봤는데 거기에 발차기 하는 안무가 있었어. 근데 이제 거기에 내가 차인 거지. 그 발차기에 내가. 그래서 와, 이거다. 나도 행복함을 주는 사람이 되고 싶다.
In an interview with Vogue, she said, "Since I was little, I gravitated to playing instruments such as the piano, guitar, and flute. Whenever I saw people singing and dancing on television, I was enamored and energized by it. They looked happy and like they were having a great time. I thought to myself, I really want to be able to give off the same energy." And so Karina attended piano lessons, the beginning of what would be her career in music. It also kickstarted her fear of birds when, one day on her way to class, a flock of pigeons took off over her head and scared her to tears.
하다가 그냥 내가
Music and birds weren't the only things on her mind, though. She's sort of an otaku, though she won't admit it. In kindergarten, she got so into the movie The Cat Returns that she tried becoming a cat herself. And anyone who meets her knows she's a huge lifelong superfan of Crayon Shin-chan, or 장군은 목마려, as it's called in Korea. She'll even type everyone she meets as one of the characters.
짱아요.
짱아요?
완전 짱아 같은데요?
닮았어요?
Then there's an entire episode of Isokun Solput.
She's funny too. And that's the other thing about idols, right? Not only are they extremely hardworking, right? And talented and et cetera, you name it, you know, great dancers, great vocalists, great rappers, you know, etc. But they're also extremely funny. And I've noticed that as we've gone through the journey of K-pop that we've been on. Extremely funny people. Which, I mean, if you don't have a sense of humor and you work as many hours as they do, you'd never make it. You know what I mean? You got to have some kind of sense of humor. I can't tell you the times I've been on job sites, you know, with guys working 12, 14-hour days, and just some of the stuff that goes on is just, I mean, you're halfway on the floor laughing by the end of the day. Your side hurts, you know, from laughing so hard at some of these goofballs and what they do.
Hoodie, where she shows him around a manhwa cafe, a place where she used to go often before debuting. Anyways, Karina continued practicing her singing through middle and high school. While it's funny to think about it now, becoming an idol wasn't her only idea. In an interview with NME, she says, "Ever since I was young, I've always dreamt of becoming a singer. But I also considered studying to become a flight attendant. I do love to travel and learn new languages, so I thought it was a good fit for me. Fortunately, I was able to join SM Entertainment, and my foreign language studies at the time have helped me as well." And it was in high school when Karina finally did become a trainee at SM. Styling on the classmates who said she looked like a giraffe in elementary school, she became an ultjang and made a social media account that garnered at least 5,000 to 6,000 followers. That led to her being contacted by SM Scouters through DM, which just goes to show, be careful who you call a giraffe in school.
그래서 거기를 보고 그 다이렉트 메시지로 이제 SNS 캐스팅이 됐습니다. 근데 저도 사귄 줄 알고.
But she became a trainee, and she worked hard. She started to do weight training regularly, and that's despite the fact she doesn't even like working out. In the Vogue interview, she boldly stated, "After I joined SM Entertainment, I practiced harder and longer than anyone else, which led to the opportunity to become a singer. And this hardworking attitude is reflected in all aspects of her life."
그럼 언니 뺄 때 뭐 하니?
You know, it's funny because I see, you know, when I pull up YouTube every day, and I'm here every day, right? When I pull up YouTube almost every day, when I pull up YouTube, a lot of times stuff will come up, you know, different things like it does, its thing, and I'll see, you know, stuff like, you know, build 10,000 followers today by clicking on this, you know. It's not the way it works. Takes a lot of work. A lot of work. Nobody, including the great, big, huge YouTubers, you know, jumped from, you know, 0 subscribers to 10,000 in a day overnight. It just doesn't happen. There's no way to do that I have seen. It takes work, a lot of it, you know. And it's the same with anything. You don't jump into a, you know, CEO's position overnight from, a high school worker at McDonald's. It just doesn't happen. It takes a lot of work, a lot of years, a lot of practice, a lot of time. You know what I mean? A lot of learning. It's the same way with idols. It takes work. You don't get there overnight. You know what I mean? You hear about overnight successes and they say, yeah, it took me 10 years to get here. You know what I mean?
유산소?
막 패딩이랑 쫄티랑 이런 거
땀
껴입고
같은 거.
껴입고 한 4시간을 뛰어. 주민아, 넌 진짜 멋있어. 이러면서 막 돌아.
Or the fact her only real celebrity friend for years was Ryujin from ITZY,
유일한 연예인 친구 중에 있지의 류진이라고 있는데.
until she started getting close to LE SSERAFIM, that is. She focuses on herself and the group. As they debuted at the peak of the pandemic and couldn't even perform in front of their fans, much of what she was limited to was honing her own skills. These days, I've been into dancing, so I'm practicing by pouring through videos. It's my belief that I should give my best effort in all that I do to try to be a genuine all-rounder. She builds herself up in order to be the best.
And there it is. Energy, time, learning, practicing. That's how you succeed. There's no overnight formula. There just isn't.
Idol she can be for everyone. She's fulfilling the dream she had as a child with her utmost effort. I guess. And I mean, look how good of a mom she is.
지셀이가 여기서 좀 귀엽더라고요. 아주 귀엽죠? 깜찍한 리본 좀 보세요. 역시 괜히 막내가 아니에요.
To me, Karina stands as an exemplary leader. She focuses on what matters and isn't afraid to be proud of herself and her team's accomplishments. But while doing so, she raises up the people around her with genuine care. She shows maturity and confidence in a way few other fourth-generation idols can. When asked what she would tell her past self, she said this: trust yourself and others and be confident. Whether it's good or bad, you get out what you put in. You will grow to become a great person, so I want you to stand tall and be proud. And that mindset had to have been effective, because the pandemic put aespa in the dark for 2 years after debut. In that time, they had 3 full-scale comebacks, not to mention the handful of other song promotions, all without having a concert a single time. Like, damn.
Yeah.
So Karina, as leader, was able to continue to keep her passion, determination, and hardworking attitude through all of that. And in the end, it paid off. I'll leave you with this clip from the Zach Sang show.
Being an idol, what you like, do you feel within like this is exactly what you were supposed to do?
물론 다른 직업도 가끔 뭔가 와 이것도 해보고 싶다. 왜냐면 되게 호기심이 많아가지고 이것도 해보고 싶다 저것도 해보고 싶다 생각은 하는데 막상 무대에 서보고 나면은 그냥 그 팬분들의 함성이나 이런 걸 한번 듣고 나면은 그냥 이 직업을 안 했으면은 이렇게 행복한 걸 느낄 수 있을까 생각을 하게 되는 것 같아요. 그래서 뭔가 다시 하더라도 아티스트, 가수를 다시 했을 것 같아요.
Again, dreams come true. Thanks for watching, everyone.
But they don't come true overnight. It takes work. I mean, and I think it's so funny when I see stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, right. And believe me, I've tried some of it just to see if there was any little thing to it. Not like I was going to expect to be an overnight, million subscriber YouTuber. That I knew that wasn't going to happen, right? But just to see if there was any truth to any of these, I've tried a few. Well, I've tried several of them. I've turned this on, clicked this off, done different things for the SEO and all that kind of stuff. None of it made any kind of difference whatsoever, hardly. I think probably 1 or 2 things that I've tried in all these, videos that have come up have made slight differences. And when I say slight, I mean small differences. But none of it is overnight, like boom, So, yeah, all takes work, my friends. Listen, I hope you all have a great day. What a great look at Karina. What a great mindset she has. all the ladies at AESPA. They've got great mindsets for doing what they do. And that's fantastic because that only leads to success as you go, you know. But like they said, like Ben said, they debuted during the pandemic, so they did 3 comebacks during the pandemic when they couldn't even do a concert. So they were building from that point without being able to go live, you know, and built quite a bit during that. So, yeah, that's amazing. Y'all want to see more from the ladies? Let me know down in the comments. Other than that, I will see y'all later in the week. This is Old Pops. We are out.